Today on Brilliance Business TV, we have Shawn Fair. Shawn is the founder of the Leadership Experience Tour, the #1 platform of its kind for aspiring speakers in the United States. He is a coveted member of the Forbes Coaching Council and one of the most sought after corporate leadership and management consultants for major corporations in the United States, Canada, and Europe. Stay tuned. Welcome to Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. I am your host, Mark Stephen Pooler. We have an incredible guest today, Shawn Fair. I love the topic of leadership, but also another topic I'm really passionate about is public speaking, one of the biggest fears. So I'm really looking forward to a conversation with Shawn today. I just want to make an official shout out to our show sponsors, Dreamweaver Artist Ranch. We are streaming live on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. We're also on YouTube. We're also on the E360 TV network under Fresh Takes, going out to Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, Roku, and many more. We're also on mspnewsglobal.com, and we're also on the Business Innovators Radio Network. So before I bring in our guest, let's watch a little clip.
If you become 1% better every single day, 100 days from now, you're 100% better. My name is Shawn Fair, and welcome to the Leadership Experience Tour.
My advice for anyone who has not experienced the Leadership Experience Tour is just do it.
Don't delay. Just do it.
Do it.
Do it right now.
You need to be here. So many great things. The synergy is fantastic.
It has been amazing.
It's been going on. We got speakers from everywhere, an amalgamation of speakers. If you are never spoke ever in your life, this is the platform for you. It's called the Leadership Experience Tour.
So the Leadership Experience is all about improving yourself.
This particular tour brings value to the individual, brings value to what you're going to be.
So I'm giving of myself to the Leadership Experience team, but I get so much back. It's a fantastic opportunity.
And this has absolutely been amazing. I've been able to connect with others that have things that are in common, and I've also been able to learn so much.
I saw an opening in the UK and bridging the gap with the USA.
And put you on a platform where your message will go globally all around the world.
Receivership. Because to do the Shawn Fair, and in the UK, is we are going to receive each other and we with the unite. So that is the Shawn Fair. I think that's how I see it, straight off from that. And it's an absolute pleasure.
Let's bring in our incredible guest, Shawn Fair. Shawn, welcome to Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much for having me. I am looking forward to just having a great conversation with you.
I'm really looking forward to a conversation with you. I just noticed my good friend there, Lady Kendall Jagger, in your promotional clip.
Absolutely. She's been absolutely amazing. As a matter of fact, about 3 or 4 days ago, she came to the United States and she was our keynote speaker. And she did a phenomenal job on the stage. And she connected with a lot of our speakers that are here in the United States. And it was just a wonderful atmosphere to have her with us.
I really want to dig deep into the Leadership Experience Tour. But before I do, Shawn, just share with our audience a little bit about your background and past that has led you to the work that you're doing today.
Well, Mark, that's a long story, but if you got some time, I'll go ahead and take you through it.
Do the short version, but yes, we've got time for you, Shawn.
So I started my corporate career back in 1996. And in 1996, Mark, I started off as a customer service representative at a company called Cellular One. And in 1996, Bill Clinton passed the Telecom Act of 1996, which was executed in 1998. And due to that, there was a bunch of local exchange carriers, competitive exchange carriers that popped up to compete against the regional bell operating companies. And I was able to get into one on the ground floor called USN Communications. And there, I rose up the corporate chain quickly. I started off as an account manager, then I became a salesperson, then sales manager, then state manager, and sales director. And then I became a vice president of marketing for a division of SBC, which is a global organization. And then after that, I came to the realization, Mark, that although I was in all these sales positions, I was always training people. I came to the realization that I was gifted in training. So the second half of my career, I was the vice president of training for a division of T-Mobile, a division of AT&T. And my last stop, I was the vice president of training for one of the largest textile restoration companies in the world, which is CRD. And being on those big stages inside of corporate America, I had decided that it was time to be on big stages outside of corporate America. So I started working with executive leaders here in the United States, Canada, and Europe. And a long story short, I partnered up with a program or organization called the Imagine Theater. That is a luxury theater here in the United States. And I was able to take my corporate training from the corporate classroom, from the hotel conference room to the big stage and the big screen at Imagine Theater. And that's how the Leadership Experience Tour was born, right? Everyone that got on that stage became elevated. And it's developed year over year over year over year to what it is today.
Well, firstly, Shawn, you deserve an award for getting the most promotions. That's a lot of promotions you have got. But I like how you were using your skill of serving people, training people, because when you're coming from a place of service, it's so rewarding when you're serving others, isn't it, Shawn?
No, I totally agree. That's part of what the Leadership Experience Tour is about. It's about serving others, but also bringing value to society. You know, in my opinion, every human being out there has a story, and everyone has gone through something that has caused them to have some level of dysfunction in their life or dysfunction at work. And in that, you start to learn best practices that help you to get through those dysfunctional moments. And those things are not for yourself. Those things are for you to share with others. And that's why the Leadership Experience platform is such an important platform.
I agree totally. I've had my own past of things to overcome, severe drug addiction, bullying, but I always say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. And that's why I use my voice. I actually collapsed and died from drug use, Shawn, but that's why now I use my voice to serve, because I think I owe that to people, especially when I speak in schools, knowing even if I'm just changing one person's life or making it a little bit better for them. Now, I'm excited the Leadership Experience Tour is going to be coming to the UK. I will be there. Just tell us a little bit about it. What is involved? What's the event like?
Okay. Well, let me just say this. We've been doing this for about 7 years here in the United States, and it's just time to take it to another country. And we believe that the United Kingdom is the next country to go to. We have some great relationships there with Juliette Morrison and Lady Kendall Jagger. And so I think because of that, this is where we want to start. And she embraces us and they embrace us and we embrace them. But also, let me just share with you this too, is that everyone believes and thinks that this is a speaking event. It is to a degree, but in actuality, it's not. This is an event that has been developed for speakers to elevate their platform. Because when you join the Leadership Experience Tour, you get a massive amount of branding. In other words, you get on stage, you get a chance to tell your 8 to 10 minute message, and it's videotaped by 4 or 5 video cameras. They get access to that footage, right? There are multiple photographers that are taking photos of them the entire time that they're on stage. They get access to that footage. We take over 40,000 photos from the time that a speaker lands and the time that they leave the tour. Mark, they get access to that footage. They come into town and there's a rehearsal, an in-person rehearsal that they do. There'll be 2 cameras taking videos of them, and there'll be a photographer taking photos even during the rehearsal using a different backdrop. It's like a live event. No one knows that it's not a live event. They get access to that. They get interviewed by professional interviewers, right? And we video that and we stream that on digital TV. They get access to that footage as well. And the fact of the matter is, the byproduct of all of that, they're in front of an in-person and a large virtual audience. That's what we're bringing to the UK.
Well, firstly, I know the power of events, and just having those videos of you speaking that can be used for content on your social media, added to your website. Also, if you're looking for other speaking opportunities, that can be used to get you other speaking opportunities. Then you've got the photos. They look great on your website. It really lifts you up branding wise, like you mentioned. I want to come and speak on your stage, Shawn. You've sold it to me.
You know, Mark, a lot of speakers have no clue about this one fact, is that you could apply for paid speaking gigs every day. Now, I won't share exactly how you do it right now, but every day you can apply for paid speaking gigs that are paying $5,000, $10,000, $12,000, $15,000. But the fact of the matter is that most speakers don't have the tools or the resources necessary to apply for those speaking events. Because here's what they're going to ask you for. They're going to say, this is the topic that we want to put in front of our audience. Then they're going to say, they want to know what your topic is and how it ties into their topic. Then they're going to ask you for a full explanation of your topic. Then they want to see your bio, and does your bio kind of match up with the topic that you're saying that you're the expert in? And the last thing they're going to ask you for, please send over your professional stage footage. No one's going to pay you $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 for an hour and 15-minute presentation with a 15-minute question and answer if they don't see you on stage first. It's just not going to happen. Mark, let me just say that I make $22,500 for every speaking event I do. That's my speaking fee. And there's 3 things that I do that is common with every highly paid speaker. There are 3 things. And we teach this during the tour, is I engage, I educate, and I entertain. Those are the 3 things. If you don't do all 3, it's not likely that you ever become a highly paid speaker. Entertainment, believe it or not, is the most important one. People should enjoy listening to a presentation. That's a fact.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, actually, Shawn. I interviewed Kevin Tuisalan the other day. He's a big media personality over here in the UK. And he's in entertainment, and he said everything needs to have entertainment. It's even social media posts, you need to make it entertaining. So it's really interesting you said that. Now, we may have touched on it a little bit here, but why should speakers of all levels join the tour, Shawn?
Well, it's simple. Is that it's a great elevation piece. And number 2, no matter how great you are as a speaker, it doesn't mean that you can't develop even more so. But the things that you get is the most important thing. Do you know that every 2 years you should get new branding photos? Every 2 years. Listen, our photographer, her name is Emma Burkesell, along with Emil and Ryan, these guys are some of the best in the industry. And so when they take photos of you, you look like $1,000,000 for all your promo materials, for your banners, for any videos that you're going to be doing. You should look great in everything that you do. Every social media post should reflect that you are a speaker at a high level. And without great photos, it is really hard to demonstrate that. Right. And the other thing is just having great stage footage. You can't just show people the same footage over and over and over and over again. Right. When you come to our show and you're a part of our program, you get stage footage, not just one piece of stage footage. You get multiple pieces of stage footage. And then that interview is such an important aspect, because let me just say this. It is very difficult to be sought after, Mark, as a speaker, if you don't have a platform. The interview gives you an opportunity to explain and display what your platform is all about. And most people don't even know what a platform is. A platform is something that you have that people want to be connected to, and they're willing to pay money for it. That's a platform. And it allows people to market themselves, their platform, and the people that's a part of their platform on a consistent basis on social media, that then provides exposure to who you are. Those things happen during the tour.
Professional photos are so important. I do a photo shoot every year minimum to keep my photos up to date. Everything is how people perceive you, Shawn. Looks do matter, especially when you're in the entrepreneurship world, speaking world. People do judge you on how you look. I remember I did a speaker reel when I was just first starting out, and I just had to work with what I had at that time. And I think I was doing a speaking event at a Holiday Inn hotel, and so I had footage of me speaking at a great event. It had about 50 people there, at a Holiday Inn hotel, but a lot of the people in the professional speaking world really criticised me that my footage showed that I was in a Holiday Inn hotel. But I'm very strong, Shawn, and at the time that was all I had to work with. I didn't have much experience, so I just worked with it and carried on regardless. But people can judge you on appearances, can't they?
Yeah, it is as shallow as it may be. It is absolutely true. But at the same time, Mark, you got to start somewhere. Okay.
Yes.
You got to start somewhere. Right. So, but let me also say this. I mentioned platform. Credibility is also important. You can only gain credibility one way. And the reason this is important, because, Mark, there's a lot of folks that know who I am, and there's a lot of industries that know who I am. There's a lot of folks in a lot of industries that have no clue as to who I am. But if you were to look me up on Google, you'll see that I'm in 78 publications. You can go to Google page 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And there's nothing but news platforms that says Shawn is a phenomenal speaker. He has a great platform. There is no reason for you not to join it. And if you want to be a great speaker, this is a great place to start. Right? The credibility is there. And so we also put our speakers in publications. That's absolutely key.
Shawn, I know the power of building credibility and authority from what I do in PR. But let me tell you, when I wanted to become a speaker, 6 years ago, I was a hairstylist. I decided I want to be a speaker. So I just had a dream, no skills, no experience in speaking. And I knew I had a great story of bullying, drug awareness, mental health. But no one would book me to speak because I was just a freelance hairstylist. So I know the power of events because I launched myself as a speaker by creating my own event. I booked out a posh hotel. I hired video photographers, and I used my network of 5 really high profile speakers and had them at my event. So I put myself on stage with 5 other high profile speakers just to get myself on stage, deliver a speech, but getting those photos with high profile speakers and having video footage next to them, I instantly built my credibility and authority from having no credibility, authority, or experience. So I totally get the power of this event, and everything just looks so stylish and quality, which is really important in what you're doing.
Yeah, I think what you said is so important. Anytime that you can connect with someone who's already there, it helps to take you to that same place quicker. And it's one of the reasons why we brought Lady Kendall Jagger. She's a big fish, so we brought over to the United States, and it was one of the best things that we've ever done. And like I said, she was absolutely phenomenal. And not only were we on the same stage together, but we also put her into the promo video as well. And she just did a great job at just talking about our relationship and connecting. And that's a big part of growing yourself, is connecting with others who are going into the same direction that you're going in. But in her case, she's in a totally different place, and she's been there, done that. And so by connecting with her, we know that the Leadership Experience Tour will be highly successful over in the United Kingdom. We can't wait to get there.
Lady Kendall Jagger, she's an amazing woman. I've been on her show a couple of times. She's been on mine, but we do lots of business together as well. She is a really good friend. I really admire her. So when is the tour coming to the UK, and can speakers from the UK and other countries join the tour?
Absolutely. We are planning on bringing the tour to the UK in the month of May 2023. Right. So that's when we plan on being there. I will actually be in the UK July 7th through 10th. And I'm also coming back in October, because I'll be one of the keynotes for Lady Kendall Jagger's Raising Money for Leprosy program. So I'll be there for that. So we're looking forward to not only just the UK individuals to be a part of the show, but they can come from all over the globe to be a part of the Leadership Experience Tour United Kingdom. But I also want to state that in October 27th through 29th, we have our next Leadership Experience Tour here in the United States. And I think it's awesome for UK speakers to come over to the United States. That gives you international speaker status. We put you on a huge stage, and the promotions that you're going to get and the elevation that happens when you come over here on this stage is just really going to take you to the next level. And we get a chance to promote you, not only here, but also over in the UK as well.
But you get a nice holiday to the USA as well, which is amazing as well, Shawn. I will look forward to meeting you at a night with Lady Kendall Jagger. I'm also speaking for a short period at her event, so I'll look forward to meeting you there. I'm definitely going to be at your event, Shawn. How did things go at your last event with Lady Kendall Jagger? Tell us all about it.
Oh, it was electric. It was absolutely electric. And it was a phenomenal experience for everyone that participated in it. You know, there were so many people who wanted to participate, and they had some other things going on. And when they saw it, it was like, I can't believe I missed it. They immediately signed up for the October show. Immediately. The relationships, it's not just about the speaking. It's not just about the branding and the video footage and the interviews. It's not just about that. But it's about the relationships that you're building with the other speakers. A lot of these speakers, they already have a big platform. All they're trying to do is continue to elevate the platform. And a lot of times you get a chance to get on their platform, which then brings you more exposure and more elevation, and it just expands your business quickly. Those relationships that you build at the Leadership Experience Tour are lifelong lasting relationships. And even for those who do not get on the stage, they always come back. And the reason they come back, Mark, is because the speakers that are involved in the Leadership Experience Tour are supportive of their fellow speakers. A lot of times your platform is being supported by the other speakers because you're providing something that they need. And that's what I love most about this platform.
Even for the networking, that's so much value, being with other like-minded people, building new friendships, business relationships. It's totally incredible. I love events anyway, Shawn. I not since the pandemic, because things have slowed down a little bit, but always at events every single month. I just love networking and being at events, and I also like speaking on stages as well. Now, let's talk about your audition process and just share a little bit about how people can connect and audition, etc., etc.
Well, first, if you want to audition for this, it's very simple. You can find me on Facebook, Shawn Fair. My name, SHAWN, Fair like the state fair. Generally, I'm the first Shawn Fair that pops up. Connect with me. All right. And send me a message and just let me know that you'd like to audition for the show. You'll get a response within 24 hours, sometimes within an hour. Just all depends on what we got going on, but we'll respond quickly. Or you can shoot me an email at Shawn@fairconsultinggroup.com. You probably see it on the banner. For the UK folks, you guys know that you're 5 hours ahead of me. All right. So that means that we will run auditions early my time, right around 8, maybe 7 a.m. I don't mind getting up early. I'm here to serve you. That's what this is all about. Now, when you come on the audition platform, which is using the Zoom platform, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take you through about 7 minutes of video so you can kind of get a feel for what we do. Some of our promotional marketing videos, you guys will probably enjoy that. And then after I do that, I'm going to give you some brief instructions. And those instructions are going to sound something like this. You guys understand that 10% of communication is verbal. That's it. So whatever comes out of my mouth, that's only 10% of communication. 40% is pitch, tone, and rate of speed. And Mark, that's why sometimes I'm on a stage, I talk pretty fast like this, because that's an engagement mechanism. And sometimes I slow down. It tends to bring people in. 50% of communication is facial expressions, it's hand gestures, it's body language, right? It's eye contact. And all I'm trying to say to you is that 90% of communication is nonverbal. And speakers who master nonverbal communication skills are some of the can be god awful. But if your nonverbal communication skills are tight, people thought they heard the best presentation of all time. And by the way, I'm not suggesting that you do something like that. I'm just using that as an example. So I'll give some instructions, and everyone will get 2 minutes to give a presentation that they're most familiar with. Sometimes I will stop them before that, because this is generally a formality just to make sure that the person that is on this platform has the ability to deliver a flawless presentation on stage, because most of the time our events are streamed live on digital TV, and we need you to be perfect. Every now and then we get someone who gets on the audition platform, and I don't know who told them they can speak, but they need to go to a different profession. So we have to just make sure that you are the right person. 99% of the people that come on are pretty good speakers. And so we help you get to where you need to be. And then once we go through the audition process, I show you a visual of the entire platform. You see it from top to bottom. And it goes way deeper than anything that we've ever said on this podcast, on this show. It goes way deeper than that. And you get a chance to see it. By the time you get done with it, you say to yourself, I can't miss out. And even though there's a small fee, I have a sponsor that gives $10,000 to every speaker that I choose to be on it. And you pay a small amount to be a part of this. And the only way that you don't join it, if you say this, I can't afford that small fee. Every speaker wants to be a part of this by the time they see the program. That's a fact.
Now, Shawn, we have touched a lot on speakers. Is this event purely for speakers, or could it be entrepreneurs that are just looking to raise their profile and do a bit more speaking? Can you just explain that? Because I don't just want to say speakers and miss anyone out who may get value from this event.
You know, Mark, that is an outstanding question. I use the term speakers, but I probably need to change it up a little bit, Mark. You just helped me out. We have a lot of folks that are here that are simply entrepreneurs. They have a strong platform. Sure, they can speak, but they're there to promote their platform. Like I said before, this is not a speaking event. We teach you to take your message and tie it into your platform or tie it into your business. This becomes nothing more than a promotional ad for you. And you get all of the tools to actually build your speaking business. Like, again, we don't have enough time to talk about all of it, but you get a chance to have footage where you can create an ad. Most folks cannot compete with me in this industry. Most, you have all the big folks like Grant Cardone and John Maxwell, and you have Gary Vee and Tony Robbins. Like, those are all your big guns. But most of the everyday people can't compete with me because I run ads 365 days a year. I have promo video footage that sets me apart from everybody else. And if you don't have a great ad that you can put out there and expose yourself on a daily basis, it's going to be very difficult to build any kind of business. We give you the opportunity to build a great ad with the footage, the interviews, and the photos, and the rehearsal work that you do while you're at the tour.
So much value, Shawn. Shawn, I have thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you today. Thank you so much for being my guest on Brilliance Business TV.
Thank you so much, Mark, for inviting me. I'm looking forward to meeting you and bringing you over here and just getting a chance to know you. And then ultimately, we'll be doing some stuff. I'm pretty sure when we come over to the UK, I look forward to it.
Definitely. I would encourage everyone to connect with Shawn Fair on Facebook, drop him a message, or email shawn@fairconsultinggroup.com and chat to him about how to audition for the process of the Leadership Experience Tour. I thoroughly enjoyed having a conversation with you today, Shawn. It's been a great topic. I love what you're doing, and I will see you in October at Lady Kendall's event.
All right. Very well, Mark. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been a wonderful time with you, and you have a wonderful day.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us for Brilliance Business TV, conversations with leading experts in business. Until next time, bye for now.